What it do, what it do, how y'all feeling? Welcome to AshnielzRadio. I am your host, Ashniel. That is I. So, we talking to y'all. Yes. Now, there's a crazy flood going on in Texas where I think it should be getting a lot more coverage because we have some deaths. 13 people dead. And there is some girls, I think 20 of them, missing from some type of camp. Now, I'm not a camp guy. I did go to camp when I was a kid. I think those camps should be eradicated. Sorry. But that's my personal opinion. But, yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going on in Texas, where these floods are coming from, and if these girls are going to be okay. This is breaking news. Mind you, there's a lot going on. We have 4th of July parade going on. And there's also a major protest going on. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and see what's going on with this flood. And maybe it can get it contained because shit's getting crazy. Shit's getting crazy, you guys. Hold on one second. We're going to let everybody get in there. How y'all doing? Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get things situated. Now, I get it. It's the 4th of July. Me and my family, we don't celebrate. No, we don't. But hey, you do? Hey, shout out to you. Independence Day. But we're going to try to figure out what's going on over here in Texas because this is one crazy story, you guys. So, enjoy your holiday. It's not a day for me, but enjoy it for yourselves. You know what I mean? Because some people in Texas are not enjoying their day. Hold on one second. I'm trying to figure some things out. I did something new for y'all. Tell me how y'all like it.
Catastrophic flooding in Texas, where the lieutenant governor is now saying there are children unaccounted for from a girls' camp in the state.
For the parents who are waiting, particularly that had children in Camp Mystic. Camp Mystic is a camp that has over 750 kids. Right now there are 20-some that aren't accounted for. That does not mean they've been lost. They could be in a tree. They could be out of communication.
A tree?
What? We're praying for all of those missing to be found alive.
Let's bring in CNN's Ed Lavandera, who joins us over the phone as he's on his way to one of the affected areas. Ed, what more do we know?
Well, Boris, we know that this is unraveling to be a nightmare situation for hundreds, if not thousands of families in this Texas Hill Country, Central Texas region where rainfall has fallen. Not only has, as what the lieutenant governor there said, that there are still some 20 children believed to be missing from that Camp Mystic, which is a popular camp that children attend during the summer here in Texas.
That's a lot of children.
But the sheriff is also now saying that there are at least 13 dead, and that death toll could continue to rise in the hours ahead as crews are still trying to search for survivors or any of the victims that are still in the path of the Guadalupe River there in the Kerr County area. This is an area where rainfall has fallen for almost 24 hours in very intense ways. And it's not just there in Kerr County, but the rainfall areas have dramatically affected much of central Texas as well. So as we've been driving in, we're making our way through the Texas Hill Country, and there are rivers and creeks that are just kind of coming out of its banks. But right now, the intense focus there in Kerr County, where the sheriff confirms that there are at least 13 people dead, that death toll expected to go higher, and obviously a great deal of concern for many families who've been affected by all this, and a number of children from this popular campground area that are still missing, and a frantic search for them continues here this afternoon for us.
Yeah, no question, and we hope that officials find them safe.
13 dead, you guys, and over 20 girls missing. I think it's a little insensitive for the dude to say they may be in a tree somewhere. I get it. You just want the parents to, not be worried. But come on, a tree, 20 girls. Come on, you guys. Another thing I do want to mention, the Guadalupe River. I know a lot of y'all aren't conspiracy theorists. I mean, my tinfoil hat is right here, and prior to Trump's presidency and all his attacks against the immigrant community, mainly from Latin America, I was preaching about the Treaty of Guadalupe. I was telling people what the treaty was, what it meant, and how we have not honored it yet, ever since it was passed. And it's ironic that the river, on 4th of July, right after Trump passes this big, beautiful bill that he is now using to spearhead this egregious-ass immigration policy, Guadalupe River floods Texas. I pray that everybody's okay. I hope that everybody's okay. 13 dead already. So Guadalupe already claimed lives. I know. Conspiracy theories are what they are. But as we see ICE taking families, stripping them apart from each other, throwing fathers and mothers and detention centers. We got this new alligator Alcatraz. We even deported some U.S. citizens. We deported some kids who obviously they couldn't be left alone without their parents. But it's one stressful situation that is going on in the immigrant community. Would I say that this is the universe getting back? I mean, we did lose some lives during some of these detention centers stays. Old guy did succumb to his injuries. He couldn't handle the conditions. There was some crowding and some there was nowhere for him to lay. He had broke out with some kind of infectious disease, and something happened, led to another, and he passed away. Right? It's not a laughing matter. Please forgive me, but 13 dead. The significance behind the number 13 in the Hispanic community is big. I'm just going through all of the conspiracy theories out here in this river of Guadalupe that happened to flood Texas, and now 20 girls are missing and 13 people are dead. So let's just follow the universe and see what it has planned next, because I don't think this is something to ignore.
Ed, tell us about this area of Texas, the hill country. Tell us about the landscape and whether these sorts of storms are typical for the region.
Well, they have had a devastating flood like this in some of the rivers in this particular area back in 1987, which is a flood event that many people remember and talk about quite a bit. But one of the authorities speaking here this afternoon in Kirk County said that what is unfolding at this moment far surpasses what was experienced back in 1987. But from time to time, there are rivers that make their way through the Texas Hill Country where you have this intense amount of rainfall that falls in a very quick way. Can cause devastating flooding like this. But there's a Camp Mystic is a popular summer camp it's an all-girls camp just up the river. There's another camp, and we're trying to still get information on that one. Camp La Junta, where it's an all-boys camp. So this is a region, especially for this time of year, where it's a very popular place for people to go hang out on the rivers, especially on a July 4th weekend.
And would you happen to know, Ed, what kind of warning was put out, if folks on the ground were aware that something like this might be coming?
I think one of the local officials said that there isn't a very elaborate warning system in this particular area. But regardless, the amount of rainfall that has fallen in the last 24 hours came rather quickly. I don't have a real gauge as to whether or not the people who were closest to all of this had a real good indication of what was unfolding or what was about to unfold. That isn't totally clear to me yet. So we'll continue to report on that as well.
And I know you're no stranger to storms in Texas. I believe it was 2017. There was a hurricane there where you were actually on the ground as several rescues were happening. Can you give us an idea of the kind of resources that folks in the Lone Star State have on hand right now to respond to something of this scale?
Well, we know that there's air support, there's helicopters that have been brought in. The state authorities and Texas emergency management officials have said, they are sending in a squadron of different units that can help in this situation. So there are high water rescue teams. So there's boats in the area. Right. There's also helicopters in the area, as I've mentioned. But what is also hampering the situation today is that the rainfall has continued. I was just looking at the radar a little while ago, and it seems like that Kerr County area is almost to the point where some of the heaviest rainfall has passed it, and there might be a little bit of a respite here that would give those emergency crews some time to work and get into the areas most affected. But remember, as all this water accumulates, especially upstream, it has to flow downstream. So this becomes a very treacherous situation for those high water rescue teams, where these water levels in these rivers will be rising for some hours, even after the storm passes.
Yeah, especially as the ground is saturated. Hopefully some.
That's crazy, you guys, because when you think about the fact that these storms, they come, right, out of nowhere, and officials, they get caught off guard. They don't have adequate warning or time for adequate warning. And plus, we always downplay it. We always do. We downplay things as Americans. We're like, oh, no, well, we've been through this before. We done seen Katrina. It's just another little storm. But when we have these catastrophic events during the summertime where kids are, I don't know, he said that this is a place where the kids go for the summer and hang out. I don't know. Calm waters. Not this summer. But that's crazy that 20 kids. Now, they said it's an all-girls camp, and there's like, I forgot what they said, like 300 people there, and they're only missing 20. Now, what kind of escape plan did they have during this situation? That's probably why those questions are being raised. What kind of warning signs, alarms did you guys have before this got bad? And were the kids able to evacuate? Because if they weren't able to evacuate, then damn, right? But for that guy to sit there literally say, they might be in a tree. Bro, no, they not in no tree. Stop lying. So let's see what we got. We got, hey, look at this. Did y'all know that bill passed? The bill did pass. And Trump is sending people to Alligator Alcatraz. Hold on. Let's see how Alligator Alcatraz is going. Trump is out there live right now at Alligator Alcatraz, y'all. What do y'all think about Alligator Alcatraz? This is hilarious.
With Luna,
the name.
We're going to talk in just a second. You guys just saw there were a lot of speakers. Everyone kind of, shared the very personal, intimate reasons why they're here today, protesting in front of Alligator Alcatraz.
They protested in front
instead
of
of celebrating with their families on, the 4th of July. So it's very hot. I think everybody's a little tired, a little emotionally drained.
They even got the
mosquitoes have been crazy. I've been passing around bug spray. I have no idea where the can that John and I had went, but that's what's been going on. So you feel good? Okay. So this is Luna. John, do you take this and maybe flip it into?
This is hilarious.
Okay, cool. So funny, man. So again,
Luna, can you just speak into the mic?
Hello. Cool. Okay. So Luna is one of the organizers. So Luna, why are you out here today? Why are you here protesting at Alligator Alcatraz, the new, immigration detention center in the middle of the Everglades, instead of, celebrating for 4th of July, doing things that a lot of other people might be doing today?
Yeah. Not that I'm not proud of where I live and where I come from. I am born and raised here. I think.
Sorry, that was me.
Changes in our communities, like the ICE
Hold on, I don't like this picture.
raids, or just the over-policing, the new surveillance, all of the different factors, and then come to find out Alligator Alcatraz being made in the Everglades. I think that was our tipping point in a sense. And with 4th of July that was coming up, we just kept looking at that day like, fuck that. We're not going to.
That's right.
We're not
Fuck
going
that.
to celebrate. What is there to celebrate, right? But then
Right.
a couple days ago, we had the idea to not only protest the day, but also remind people why we're not celebrating today, right? And that is for not only the people that have died in these detention centers, concentration camps, like we like to call them, because that's what they are. For sure. But also the people that are still fighting for their lives in these camps, people over in CCOT that are still fighting for their lives, people that are losing their lives coming across the border out of the fear of just crossing legally, as they like to say, because they like to make it seem like it's so easy, but it's really it's dangerous. It's a dangerous journey, and they're so brave to even think about going on that journey. Not only that, but also to honor and remember the wildlife here in our Everglades that are being highly affected. The end of the dark sky, Everglades was one of the last places on the East Coast that had a dark sky designation by the government. That's no longer true, because now we have a big old light bulb in the middle of the Everglades called Alligator Auschwitz. So yeah, there's a lot of different reasons why a lot of us are out here today. But I think the biggest thing is just that this is not our America, and this current administration does not serve us, and there needs to be a real rewrite of what our government looks like. Yeah, and that's what we're fighting for today.
I like her shirt. I got to see what the bottom says, but what would? And there's a Native American woman on her shirt, and I see somebody in the back. There's a woman over there dressed in all Native American attire. It's like a blue gown or some sort. You do have some folks out there with FI signs. Some guy is waving an American flag upside down. Small crowd, but they're here with a purpose. And yeah, I respect it.
You said so much, and I feel like I could follow up on any one of those things. So no, that's a good thing. I mean, I think it kind of underscores that this whole fight is so intersectional. Exactly. I mean, there's issues of environmental justice, there's issues of just regular human rights issues, immigration rights, all of that kind of stuff. And I think that there's something particularly menacing, about the fact that, like, this is in the middle of the Everglades. So again, like, we all can gather that as far as the environment goes, that's terrible. Yeah. I mean, that is a terrible thing. But it's also that, I mean, there's tribal land.
Yes.
In these areas. And I think, John and I were talking in the car on the way here. I don't think a lot of people realize that people live in the Everglades, that this is like where people, it's not just the environment. It's not just like national parks.
This is their land. Yeah, exactly. I know that. I won't say the exact number, but there's more than 10, less than 20 villages and areas here just on this little stretch of road.
Is it safe to say 15? I'm just asking.
Very, like, some closer than maybe 500 feet to this facility. And like you said, these are people's homes. There is nowhere else for them to go. Right. All the ignorance of go back to where you came from. Where, when this is their land? They are the visitors here. I think we forgot about Manifest Destiny. A lot of the things that happened where Europeans came to our country. And the native people here can speak to this too, the genocide that they experienced. I think there's so much that goes unsaid when we have these conversations with either the opposers or just people that may not understand what's really going on here. This is not just, oh well, they picked a good spot because it was I forget the word they use, but empty, right? Or it's a savage land. No, this is people's home, and they seize the land because this is federally protected land. This is their land. They have the right to hunt, fish, use medicine, have ceremony. We're not allowed to do that on our land because this is not our land. So I think to emphasize that, like you said, even more, just point blank period, this is not an area, nor, in my opinion, is America an area for any of these kinds of facilities, nor in the world. But
that's real. That's real because, like, who the hell, like I said, like, I had a issue with somebody on the TikTok, the little TikTok thingy, and this idiot was trying to tell me, you know, he had a problem with being banned on TikTok because he had some negative shit to say about the Native American community in Upper Utah. He was like, oh yeah, man, I got banned too. Don't trip. I said some shit about some people, this special group, protected group, and yeah, they banned me. And I don't think people understand that we're done. We're done with the racism. We're done with the hate. We're done with the excuses. We know what you're doing. You're harming Hispanics and still in Native American land to house them. That's it. In a nutshell. Nothing more to it. Hold on. What we got? Oh, now look. See, after Trump decided to drop a bomb on Iran, we had our DOJ and everybody with their little scary fear monger and saying, oh my God, watch out, we may have terror cells in America, right? And in order to combat those terror cells, they were doing shit like rounding up Iranians. Bro, yes, ICE said, hold off on the Mexican lady over there. We got these Iranians over here. We got to go round them up. I swear to y'all. And yeah, they had rounded up a large number of them. And, of course, they said Biden let them in. It was some old previous administration shit that allowed these Iranians to infiltrate our country, right? So now we have officials that are on alert over suspicious Iranian nationals at the border. Now, a lot of people said, especially these Trump supporters, they say, oh, yeah, they were taking advantage of the border when it was open. A lot of Haitians and Chinese folks and Iranians and Guatemalans, they all came from southern border, right? When we knew that Biden was letting people in by plane, right? Especially the Haitians. But we did have some coming in across the southern border. We seen those videos of Haitians being snatched up and whipped while cops were on horses. Y'all remember that? We did have that. But I never heard of any Iranians being stopped at the border. Did y'all? Hey, I don't catch everything. Y'all probably did. I don't know. But this is the first time I'm ever hearing about some Iranians being at our border, and it's a threat. And now we literally have U.S. officials on alert over suspected Iranian nationalists. Y'all, shit. Help me.
As diplomatic efforts between the U.S. and Iran play out, border security officials in the United States are also facing a new concern. Intelligence suggests that Iranian nationals are trying to get into the country with the help from the Mexican drug cartels. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joining us from San Antonio with more on this. What's the latest and what details or evidence do we have this is happening?
Yeah, what evidence? I need evidence.
Hey, Marty. So from the FBI to Border Patrol, federal authorities do remain on high alert of a possible retaliatory attacks within the United States. Now, according to new internal documents obtained by News Nation, Border Patrol agents on the southern border did receive intel that 35 Iranian nationals in Mexico were planning to cross the border illegally and that intel also suggesting that cartels like Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generacion and Los Salazar may be involved in smuggling that group into the United States. And that threat window is running through Saturday. And it's part of what officials are calling a growing concern about potential state.
Oh, shit. Oh. Wait a minute. I think I remember this video. Wow. These brothers again. Do they look like Iranian nationals to you? Oh.
Sponsors actors using cartel routes to reach the United States. Agents working the Calixico to Santa Luis corridor have been told to stay on high alert and to expect this group may be part of a broader network. That alert comes just 1 week after Border Patrol did issue a separate memo saying that the threat of Iranian sleeper cells within the United States has never been higher. That memo also urging Border Patrol agents to not travel alone at this time, Marty.
Added urgency as we're heading into a 4th of July holiday weekend.
We've seen this one. And we don't believe it. We don't believe it. We need more info on it because, I don't believe those brothers were Iranian. I personally don't. You know what I mean? They could be. I don't know. I just don't think they're Iranian nationals that we should be worried about. Oh, those are the guys that were sent by fucking Ayatollah Khomeini to what? Commit crimes in America? Is that what we thinking right now? I don't know. But let's see what else we got here because it is somebody's holiday. And for some reason, I think something just happened with Putin and Trump. Let's see. Hold on. These my guys. I must say, I like these guys' channel. We're going to see. They said Trump disaster, 4th of July, he surrendered in public. Hold on. What happened? Hold on. Oh, something with Putin. All right, let's see. Let's see what the Putin got to do with this. Hold on. Ooh, wait a minute. I can't do this by myself. Y'all need to watch this with me. What is this? Let's see.
That video right. That video right there was taken in Kyiv. Russia launched a 7-hour assault that included firing more than 550 drones and ballistic missiles.
Really? What?
Missiles at Ukraine's capital, and that followed Donald Trump getting off a phone call with Vladimir Putin, where Putin said there's no way we're stopping our invasion of Ukraine ever until we fully take it over, Donald. And by the way, do you want to make some movies with us? Perhaps we can do a cultural exchange between Russia and the United States and make movies together. Then Russian television said that Donald Trump said it would be a brilliant idea for Russia and the United States to make movies and TV shows together. This is what's happening right now on July 4th. Honestly, a day that will live in infamy as Ukraine is under assault, as our democracy is under assault, and as Donald Trump's chief propagandist is posting, "It's going to be epic!" exclamation point in response to a Fox, and I put this in quotes, news article saying Trump says UFC fight will take place on the White House grounds. As our editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski writes this morning,
I seen a post. Somebody said if Trump comes to the UFC, we have to boo him. I forgot who the hell said that shit. But before Trump even decides to have this old UFC event at the White House, I guess, they just deported a boxer. I forgot his name. But yeah. And they said that he was a part of the cartel. But the community, I guess they like the boxer. And the fighting community ain't having it. So this event he's going to have at the White House that is like geared towards UFC, I want to see. I want to see some people go. And some of those same people were the ones that say we should boo him if he came to the octagon.
Gold everywhere, paintings of mugshots everywhere, a new cheesy Mar-a-Lago-style ballroom, now a UFC fight. The crass and classless ass continues to sully the grandeur and dignity of the People's House to turn it into one of his failed Atlantic City casinos. One of the things we're also learning as well this morning is that Trump's pardons of all of those criminals have cost crime victims $1.5 billion in restitution.
Yeah. What happened to that? What happened to these people paying for their crimes? Restitution is not getting paid for. Trump, thanks to all those pardons, bruh. Damn. They probably had some fines racked up, and them people said, Trump said, I don't have to pay it no more. Yo, Trump is causing all this havoc, y'all. He's wreaking all this havoc, and MAGA love it. All I know is MAGA. One thing I seen the job numbers, right? I seen that we had non-farm payrolls, right? Non-farm payrolls is just an aggregate that just calculate the different job openings that we have in the country, including like farm workers, such like that. Well, they want to say that, oh, look at all this growth, look at all these job openings. We have hundreds of thousands of jobs, bruh. Mind you, they just raided all these farms, all these hotels, all these grocery stores with these meat packaging companies. They raided them and took out all their workers, all of them, and then had the nerve to say, look at all these job openings, bruh. That's how they frame it, and they try to make it seem like we're stupid to be like, oh yeah, we do got jobs. Now, I said it on one of my videos. I think I was having a little Twitter feud with somebody too. If y'all voted for this, right? Hey, Trump supporters, if y'all voted for this, right? We should see a flood of red MAGA hats in those fields picking berries. I'm just saying. Since y'all, this is what they said. This is how MAGA is trying to justify it. They said we let all these migrants in, and then the cost of living went up. So when you try to buy a house, it's too expensive, and then the wages went down. So when you try to get a job, they want to pay you less. That's how they say it, right? So somebody, I just when I seen the post, somebody was like, well, look, watch what happens now with this big, beautiful bill and getting all these migrants out. Wages are going to go up. Cost of living is going to go down. And healthcare, it might be free because we're getting rid of migrants that had healthcare. Y'all, the logic behind some of the fucking Trump supporters is amazing. It's amazing to me, y'all. But yes, I do want to keep an eye out on Texas because I have family in Texas, and I want to make sure that they are all right. Because I didn't know about this flood. There's too much stuff going on, too much fancy celebrating. You know what I mean? We got this parade going on, and while Putin is talking about Trump just surrendered, we got Kyiv, mind you. Hold on. Uh-oh. Mind you, I don't care about the war in Ukraine, but some people do. And for there to be some type of military response from Russia, that is one of the biggest response. And Trump is basically sitting here in America talking about, I had a phone call. I didn't like my phone call with him, but we're going to go ahead and enjoy it, have our parade. We got our bill signed right before the 4th of July. We're going to fly these planes that we could be giving to Ukraine and have a parade. Yeah. This is America. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in Ukraine, nor do I care like that, but let's see how the parade is going. No.
Come dead toward us.
Oh, by the crane. Copy that. Ha! No pun intended. Ukraine. Shitting on all of you back there. What the hell? Blew all that smoke in the other people's face. Ah, look at the Washington Monument. Isn't that precious? America. Land of the free. We are the land of the free, you guys. We got nice toys, though. We got nice toys. Is that? I look like the president's plane. Yep. They look like Air Force One. How's that? That blue strip. What? What was that? Yeah, this look kind of turned down, y'all. This look kind of turned down. Just wasting all this fuel. Just like we did during his birthday. We had an army parade. Now we're having a 4th of July parade. It's our birthday, what, 250 years? Wasn't it just our birthday? Oh, no, that was the military's birthday. Today's the country's birthday. Yeah, fun. I don't think I care. I really don't. Ooh. When I was a kid, though, that shit used to be exciting as hell. You used to see the B-2 fly by, not knowing that thing was going to go kill other kids. We didn't know that. We were just sitting back, trying to figure out how we could put a nickel on the TV so we can send it to Africa and save the homeless, save the starving kids. Y'all remember that? Give us 5 cents a month for this kid. Yeah, we were humanitarians at like 15, right? We all wanted to get our little locket and be like, hey, look, I'm taking care of this kid in Uganda. No, that money never went nowhere. No. They all pocketed. And now these countries, these torn countries, they have citizens that are trying to come here because we fucked up their land over there. Yes. But, hey, enjoy your day, you guys. Enjoy your day. I'm going to try to, I think I'm going to bring my show back. I want to give a shout out to somebody, rest in peace, Miss Marie, Lady Marie, Helen. I am going to go back live on Facebook to broadcast Unsigned Artist's music. She was an artist that came on my show and brought her music. And, yeah, she had some hits. And to see that she had succumbed. I don't know what the incident was, but she is no longer with us. I know she was battling cancer for like a year or two. So I just kind of, the energy we had back then when I had all those people sending me their music, and it was just a lot of love for me to just stop it. You know what I mean? It just ended. Basically, I had a child, and my baby's old enough now, so I could bring this show back. Because I was a little busy back then, and seeing her this morning and all the love she had gotten, all the rest in peace, it made me think about the show I had with her interviewing with me live. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to go back on Facebook and see if we can get some people to come interview, showcase some music, and go from there. All right, please, if you like this video, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I go live, because we're going to try to merge the community and the shows, Facebook and YouTube, with my political show and my unsigned artist music review show. Cool. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.